Good morning, agents. This is Kevin Lauren. I'm Director of Training and Marketing here at Alta Realty Group. And today we're going to be joined by Blair Ackus of Sierra Interactive. And we're going to go over some pro tips on how to really use that CRM to build your book of business. And so your CRM should be your book of business. So they really should be one and the same. So really excited to have Blair join us. She's joined us before. Today, we will not be joined by corporate broker Bill Seitz, and Debbie Saccone from Clearview Mortgage is also she's at large out on the community. She's got a broker caravan that she's doing this morning. So before we get into today's presentation, let's just take a look at the 10-year Treasury. Looks like it's ticking up a tiny bit again, but it's still staying in that kind of 4.5 range. So, always, it doesn't matter where you look up. I'm not a huge fan of NBC, but they have the 10-year Treasury here. So, boom, I look it up, and it's just a good idea to, keep this, one of these 10-year Treasury tabs on your computer and check it daily. I do. So if Bill or Debbie was on, they would say, "Yep, that the actual rates kind of fluctuate based on this. It's not really exactly what's happening in the news. It's not really a lot of the other factors that come in. So checking the 10-year, really good idea. Also, let me share Bill's broker tip for the week. So we always put out our broker tips on Tuesday. So Bill put this one out yesterday, the housing market update and pricing tips. So, the pricing or the housing market is what we're seeing across most of our markets is house supply kind of piling up. Home sellers enter the market. We do tend to see more homes come on the market in the spring and into summer. So expect that. So, and I'm sure you guys all read this, but I'll just go over the most important part that Bill has highlighted here, which is the pricing a home correctly and educating your seller on these market stats is super important as we go into the spring buying season, because setting that price and setting that expectation correctly can make or break the success of a sale, and the experience of both the agent and the seller. So, you always want to, do your due diligence, really price those homes accordingly. And things are softening a little bit. So, any questions there, reach out to Bill and he can help you with that stuff. So, let me switch my graphic here. And actually, we are going to go straight into our feature presentation. So we're going to be joined by Blair. Blair, good morning. It's a pleasure to have you. How are you today? And your microphone is muted. So
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I was going to turn on my video, so you were not looking at my old grumpy face. Um,
yeah, you should be able to share your screen with us.
yes. Well, let me just do a quick introduction on who I am, so you guys know, have a little bit of context, and then we'll jump into the Sierra system. I'm a real estate agent. I've been one for 20 years. I've got the gray hairs to prove it. And I've worked in different capacities, right? I've worked on teams. I've worked as a business partner. I've worked as a trainer, so I have worn many hats in this industry. I don't know if you guys have seen the Inman headlines, but the big thing now is only 29% of agents are doing transactions. Um, to me, that's super scary. So I think something that is very important for you to be one of those 29% is that you need to be tracking and, create a book of business by using a CRM. I'm going to confess to you guys that when I started out, my CRM was a recipe box. I am totally dating myself. If you haven't seen it by the picture by now, you should know I have some age on me. So, however, um, it was something that I grew into. Think big, start small, right? Then Excel spreadsheets, then CRMs, and then so on and so forth. But A CRM will help you scale your business. And it will also help you not lose leads. I think Tom Ferry said that 70% of agents lose leads because they don't stay in touch. If you don't have a CRM or a book of business, how many leads are you losing? So just food for thought. Um, okay, so let me jump into, let's see if I can share my screen. Kevin promises I can.
Those stats are so huge, Blair, and those are the ones that just like keep me awake at night.
Yeah, and Kevin and I have tons of conversations about this, guys. Poor Kevin. I mean, I get on my little soapbox. He and I talk quite a bit, and it really makes it yeah, it makes me nervous.
So mesmerizing.
Um but we're here to help, right? So I think part of Kevin's job is to support you in helping you grow your business. I would like to be a part of that as well. So anything that I can do to help. Um, Now, CRMs, they come in all shapes and sizes, right? I think the cool thing about Sierra is that it will grow with your business. So believe it or not, you can start small. You can start small. You don't have to come in here and do all the automations and do everything all at once and create all these follow-up plans. Just getting your leads in here, and setting them up. I'm going to show you some of the basics. Um, all right, so hopefully you can see my screen, Kevin. Tell me if you can't.
We can see it clearly and it looks great.
Wonderful. Okay, so this is a lead dashboard. I created a test lead in here. Many people, when they start in building their book of business, they'll enter in all of their past database, or whatever. They'll enter in whatever they have, and they will set everyone up on a saved search. So let me explain what those are. We have two types of saved searches. We have an e-alert. E-alert is buyer focused, and market updates, seller focused. Okay, so it depends on who you're working with and how you want to stay in touch. So, for example, and guys, in the next few months, we're going to be rolling out, this is going to change. We're rolling out a different user experience where we're going to be able to have a unified search. So, what I show you today is going to be totally different in the next couple of months, which is very exciting. And I can come back and talk to you about that then. But let's just jump in. Right now, this is how you're set up. You do have to choose where you want to search. So I'm just going to choose that one at random.
Yeah.
And
And most of the agents on this call are part of CRMLS, so that's perfect.
wonderful. So let me know, Kevin, guide me on this because I'm not familiar and I know there's nuances to your area. So what would be a popular search?
So let's just pick, Newport Beach. So you can just, Newport test or whatever you want to do there. This is in the search name, guys, is just that's kind of just for you. It's an arbitrary kind of a deal. Your client will see that though, right?
Yes, the client will see this. So a little caveat here, if you have old leads, I know everybody's like, I hate old leads. Old leads are the gold mine. They are your gold, believe
Oh,
it or not. We have people that have, of course, thousands of leads in their database and they mine their database. And so they'll reactivate. So let's just say that I'm Blair. I've been in your database for 6 years, never talked to me. And I came in on a house a long time ago. You can make this a call to action. Are you still looking in Newport Beach? Are you thinking about purchasing a home in 2025? Are you, what use your marketing geniuses. You guys are all very good at what you do. But you can change the frequency on it, and then you can come down here and you can search by location.
yeah. And so for a dead lead, what do you suggest? Probably not daily, right? Maybe weekly or twice a week.
Maybe weekly. I know some agents are a little bit more aggressive and they're like, hey, I want to get in front of this person. I
Yeah,
want to get some responses
sure.
so that I can figure out where are they in the process. So
Yeah.
they might be a little bit more aggressive and do it daily. until
Sure.
someone says, "Oh my gosh, will you know what? I purchased in Newport Beach."
Right.
Great. That then you can have a totally different conversation because that person at that point could become a seller lead. You could set them up on a market update. So, um, all right. So you still looking at Newport Beach, or if this is a new client, that you just met and you want to get them set up and you've already qualified them and you know everything that they want. Here down here, you'll see how many properties are available. And again, you can scale it down. You can make it more granular if needed. If you don't know anything about the person, I just suggest keeping it very broad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I love that little feature as you kind of, pick different attributes or price ranges, it'll, take that number of properties and it'll keep, whittling it down, which is super cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So you can make this as broad or as general or as granular as you want. And then all you do is you do a force send. So because that's 189 properties, you might want to say, maybe I just want to send them the new listings from the last 7 days, just to perk their interest. You're welcome to send them all matching listings. I don't know if anyone that's going to actually look for 100 at 189, but you want to start the cadence, I guess is what I'm saying. So I'm gonna just do the last 2 days. All right. So I will have received an email. It will tell me, you know what? I should have pulled this over, but I'll show it to you here in a second. But here's what's cool about it. You're going to be able to see when it was last sent. You're going to be able to see behavioral stuff. That's what I love about this. You're going to be able to see when the lead last opened it, if they clicked it. And then right over here under properties, you're going to be able to see what they're looking at. Um, Let me see if I can double duty here. Sometimes I fail at um, multitasking. Sorry, guys.
That's okay,
I'm
Blair.
I'm old school. I'm old school. One thing at a time.
I'm
Let's
like a
see.
spider monkey. I do like 10 things at a time.
Oh my God, I can't. Yeah, you've only got one arm right now, so I don't know.
That's a fact.
So as they're doing activity on the website, you're going to be able to view it here. Now I'm going to switch gears just a little bit to show you the layers here. If you have your notifications set up, you will be able to get notified if they view one of these listings 5 or more times. I think that's pretty important. That shows high intent. Or it also provides you another opportunity to get in front of them. They don't know that you see this. You don't want to email them and say, hey, you've looked at this property 5 times. That's kind of creepy. But it does offer you the opportunity to open a door for another conversation. Hey, I'm scheduling my weekend. This home is on tour. I would love to take you. Whatever. So it's not, I don't,
Less
hmm.
creepy.
Not if you do it correctly. Not if, okay, so here, if let's just say that I viewed this 5 times and you got a notification. You could just put this right back in front of that person if you wanted to, not all in the same day. That is creepy. But like if you see that they have 2 or 3 that they've really looked at, you could provide maybe more information. Algorithms do it all the time, guys. That's how Facebook works, that's how Google works. That's why one day you're talking about, um, I don't know, gym memberships, and then all of a sudden gym memberships start coming up on your feed. So you could just come in here and be like, hey, you know what? I'm going to send another little, since they viewed this 5 times, I'm going to get this property back in front of them.
And I like your technique of like, especially if it's a property that you know of, or you just do a little
Mhm.
extra research on it and you just give them some little tidbit of information that maybe they didn't see on the listing itself, or something cool about the area, right? That's just like a
Yeah,
reason to pop that little email over to them.
yeah. Give them more context. Give them more, and of course, that's going to showcase you as an expert in your area. Because I can guarantee that not every agent is doing this, right?
Nope, they're not.
They're not. Okay, so that's e-alerts. E-alerts are buyer focused. And you know what? Here, let me. I'm going to pull over. I was wondering if I could pull over just so you could see what it looked like, but let me get to market updates. Market updates are seller focused. Okay. Again, if you're working with a seller and you want to show them, um, this is going to include sold data as well. So I don't know what your market is like. I don't like to overwhelm people. We already get enough information as it is. So if you guys are having like, high sales, high volume, you might want to truncate this down to maybe the past 3 months. I'm just going to put 4 months here. Um, and this one I would get a little bit more specific. So Kevin, do you know of a subdivision or an area that could be a little bit more, we could tighten this up a little bit?
Yeah, let's do like Lido Isle,
Spell that.
Lido, and then just Isle.
Perfect. Okay. So is that a subdivision or?
Yeah, it should be, we'll see what it comes up with, but yeah. And so notice we type something in and then the little computer thinks about it over there.
Mm-hmm.
So, and okay, yeah, so city of Newport Beach down below. Oh,
Okay. 13 properties.
perfect.
Perfect. Okay. So again, depending on motivation here, you just sold a property, you want them to stay in touch, you want to stay in touch with them and give them value, show them what their market is doing. You could do it every 3 months, once a quarter. No big deal. Um, Once a month, if these people are like, we are ready to sell, we know that the market is hopping, you might want to do once a week.
Oh yeah.
Just to keep in front of them and to also let them know because we all get busy, right? And it's not, I used to send my sellers a market report each week. This will take that burden off of you. So there's 13. Let's look at it. Again, if you want to come here, you can view the market update here. So it's going to show all the active properties coming soon, if any. What is currently under contract, and then what has sold in the past 4 months. There's also a call to action. So this call to action, if they fill this out, that this will come back to you um, because this might inspire, it might pique their curiosity. Hopefully, they will fill that out and reach out. So, and then you just do the same thing again. And you just do a force send. Now this is going to go out once a month. You don't have to worry about it. And you're going to be able to see when they last opened and last clicked. Oh, can't talk this morning. Um, all right. So these are small things you can do. You set them up and they're done, and they provide a big impact, whether it's to provide value to the client or to initiate conversations. Um,
And Blair, let me just make one comment on this. So if you're part of our program too, and you have this Sierra system, this is the one, if you're not going to do anything else, this is the one thing that we recommend that you do.
this is it.
So it's highly non-invasive. You're providing very, relevant information. And, I just know that a lot of the agents that are on the Sierra system are not doing this currently, and it can definitely help. So please, if you're going to do one thing, this is it.
This is what we highly recommend. If someone comes to us from another system and they put their leads on here, we're like, you've got to get these folks engaged. This
Yep.
is how you engage with them.
Mhm.
100%. If you need more instruction on this, I'm happy to provide. We've got learning materials. Kevin, I'm sure that you're well versed in this. Just let me know. I'm happy to help you guys. So along this lines, that's another thing I wanted to talk about is your profile. and your notification settings. Kevin, I'm going to use you because I'm emulating you. Are you okay with that?
I'm okay with that.
Okay, just like to make sure. No secrets here. No secrets.
Oh, we're good.
Please go in here and set your notifications. The worst thing you can do is have all of this great information in your database and you don't get notified when a lead does something for you to take action. Um, the only thing I wanted to, the orange, these are all behavioral. So when a lead does something, you can be notified. And sometimes that's just a nice little check to say, oh, okay. Or it's a nice reminder. I know what's going on with this person. Um, it's nice to see that they're saving properties. I'm meeting with them this week. This will be something great to talk about. We have 4 different types of course, email. I don't know about you guys, but my inbox is crazy. So not, maybe not the best place to get them. Text. I don't know if everyone knows that we have a mobile app. If you're one of our Sierra users, you've connected to the dialer, you have access to our mobile app. I'm happy to send you more information. It's included in your package. You might as well use it. It makes it super easy to use Sierra on the go. If you have an assistant or a partner, you can also send notifications to a different email address. So I would definitely spend a little bit time. I know this seems very basic, but it's very, very important. Our most successful agents have all of these set up so that they are notified when activity occurs. Um, okay, the last thing I want to talk about today is tracking links and QR codes. So let's go to,
One of my favorite topics.
yeah, I'm sure everyone, it's open house season, right? It's starting. Is
Mhm.
that so? Let's go to, let's go here. I'm just going to pick a random one. Okay. So you go to the site, you go to the property that you're getting ready to do an open house on, and you are going to hover here in the upper left-hand corner. There's a little link, and now we're going to create a tracking link. I am going to call this open house test. Each of you, I'm sure, have your own, organize it the way you want to. You're going to come here and you're going to go open house style for agent. The source is open house. Campaign, again, this is not like a drip campaign. This is your marketing campaign. I know that each of us have our own systems. Call it what you want. I've seen some agents just put the address so they can track it that way. For this one, I'm just going to call it test. Um, and then you're going to be able to assign this to yourself. So anyone that registers at that open house, the lead will automatically be entered into your account. If you want to do additional things here, you can. You can add a note. You could, if you had plans, you could assign them follow-up plans. You could assign them to a e-alert for their neighborhood or where they're looking. You could have that set up so that when they register, they will start getting those e-alerts. And then you could also follow up with a text message or an email. Thanks for coming. It was nice meeting you today. If you need anything, whatever. And you can also put it on a delay so that it's a couple hours after the open house ends.
Yeah, very powerful, guys. And this is just a pro move when you're doing this for your open houses.
Yeah. So you could do a custom message here. It's got merge fields, and then you could delay it by 60 minutes. So they register and then they get a nice note from you and they start getting e-alerts. And let me just show you what this looks like. You just copy this link that says QR code here. And you just post this on the around the house, front door, kitchen.
And we've
Um,
also trained the agents to, go down to home or to whatever your local office store is and buy one of those little plexiglass little display things that sit on
mhm.
the table and print this out, put it in there, and it looks great. It's an easy way to get people to scan, just pull your phone out, scan it, and then boom, they're going to get that succession of emails or texts or whatever you just set up. So it's really powerful and very, very professional.
Yes. And what's also very nice is that when they enter in all that information, they will be guided to this web page after they sign in. So they will have all the information about their house in their hand. Granted, you could provide additional information as well, but them having this in their hand as they're walking around the house is um, is powerful, right? Um, so that is just something else. Again, you could use this. I've seen this. People use tracking links for different things. They use them for their Facebook post. They use them for Google PPC ads. So there's a different variety. We a different use case, but the QR code, because I know everyone does open houses, is probably by far the most used feature. So between this and market updates and e-alerts and setting your notifications, it's a start. It's a
Yeah,
start.
and that's how you build this book of business that we're talking about. It's 100%, effective. We know it. The stats show. So, again, please utilize the technology that has been offered to you.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if we have any Sierra users on the call, um, but I just want to throw this out there. Kevin, I know you and I talked about this the other day. Hey, if you have questions, let's compile a list. Send them, sorry, Kevin, send them to Kevin. I would love to get one of our Sierra trainers to have a training session to help address whatever questions that you have and talk more about the system. So if that's of interest, please let us know. I'm happy to organize that for you.
Awesome. We will take advantage of that. What I'll do is I'll send out an invite to our agents that one, use the Sierra system, have questions, and two, even I'll invite agents that are not on the Sierra system yet, and they can come and they can see how how we interact.
Okay, that is a great plan.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there are any questions or if we have time for that. I know these morning meetings are kind of your lift off for the day, so I don't want to take up too much time, but I really appreciate you listening and having me on here today.
Yeah, I don't see any questions, specific ones in the chat, but
Okay,
very good stuff. Really appreciate you coming on our webinar today, Blair.
you are welcome. Happy to do it.
And what we'll do is, of course, when I put the replay out later, I will have all the different contact information of how you can get support from Sierra, from Blair, from me. And so as the questions come up, we're here to assist you.
Yes.
All right, cool. Well, in that case, Blair, thank you very much for joining us. And agents, get out there, make it a great week, a productive week, and we will see you all on the webinar next Wednesday. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.